The heavy wooden door of the biker bar swung open with a loud creak that cut through the afternoon silence like a crack of thunder, and every head inside turned at once. In the bright daylight pouring through the doorway stood a young pregnant woman, barefoot, shaking, her dress torn at the hem, her hands wrapped protectively around her belly, eyes full of fear and desperation. No one expected someone like her to walk into a place known for leather jackets, roaring engines, and hardened faces, but she did. And in that moment, everything inside that bar was about to change forever. Before the story goes deeper, if you believe in the power of kindness and second chances, please like this video, share it with someone who needs inspiration, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel Light of Kindness. Your support helps spread stories that remind the world that compassion still exists. Her name was Maribel. She was 24 years old, 7 months pregnant, with soft brown hair tangled by wind and tears, and hands that trembled not from weakness, but from exhaustion. The sun outside was high and unforgiving, heating the cracked sidewalks and empty streets of a small town that had stopped caring about people like her. She had been walking for hours. Her phone was dead, her money long gone, and the one person who was supposed to protect her had vanished days ago, leaving behind only silence and betrayal. Behind her, in the distance, a dusty blue car had been following slowly for the past 2 blocks. She could feel it. She could sense the eyes staring through the windshield. That fear, raw and instinctive, pushed her legs forward even when her body begged to collapse. The biker bar was not a place she chose. It was a desperate last option, the only open door she saw. Inside, the room was lit by sunlight cutting through dusty windows, revealing men and women sitting quietly, eating late lunches, wiping grease from their hands, or working on bike parts at long. Wooden tables. This wasn't a dark, smoky night bar. It was daytime, calm, almost peaceful in its own rough way. The air smelled of oil, coffee, and fried food. On the back wall hung helmets and old road signs showing years of history, and behind the counter stood a tall man with silver in his beard, broad shoulders, and tired eyes that had seen too much road. Garrick watched through the window as the danger faded down the road, and in that moment he didn't feel like a biker. He felt like a father who had saved someone else's child. Maribel stayed for hours. They gave her clean shoes. Someone found a phone charger. Someone helped her make a call to a distant cousin who had once begged her to get away and start over. The cousin picked up. The voice on the other end cracked with relief. The sunlight slowly shifted across the floor as the afternoon moved on. The bar wasn't a bar anymore. It felt like a shelter, a safe harbor for someone whose world had nearly collapsed. Before we move to the ending, if this story has touched your heart even a little, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your engagement helps these stories reach hearts that are hurting. Maribel left that place as the sky softened into a gentle golden afternoon, her steps steadier, her head held a bit higher. Garrick stood at the door watching her walk away, safe now, protected. He didn't ask for thanks. He didn't ask for recognition. He simply nodded once, like a promise to life that he would never again turn away from someone in need. Months later, Maribel would give birth to a healthy baby girl. She would name her Aria, a name that meant air and freedom. And sometimes, when the baby slept in her arms in the bright daytime light, she thought about that door, that bar, and those strangers who became guardians when she needed it most. 1 year later, she returned. Not because she needed help, but because she wanted to show them what they helped save. Garrick saw her walking up the street, carrying a baby in a soft blue blanket. The same sunlight, the same door, the same air. He opened it before she could knock. She didn't need to speak. He didn't either. And then, just before we end this story, here is a special request for you. Comment Light of Kindness if this story inspired you, and if you believe that even the most unexpected places can be safe havens for broken hearts. Maribel walked away that day knowing something eternally powerful. Sometimes the safest place in the world isn't a church, or a hospital, or a police station. Sometimes it's a rough-looking building filled with people who know what pain feels like and choose to be gentle anyway. And Garrick, the man everyone once feared, learned that day that he hadn't lost everything. He had simply been waiting for the right moment to become someone's hero again, quietly, without noise, under the bright, honest light of day. If this journey touched your heart in any way, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Light of Kindness. Your support helps these stories of hope reach more souls. Because kindness doesn't always look soft. Sometimes it looks like open doors in the middle of the afternoon, strong arms ready to protect, and strangers becoming family when it matters most.